Hi, Rachel. Great for you to join us today. Just really looking forward to discussing leadership and sustainability in FM with our panelists in the coming weeks on our webinar. But today I just wanted to, I suppose, focus on CBRE and what are you doing or what are you seeing at the coalface in terms of sustainability? Is it on the lips of clients and organizations and within CBRE itself? And you might share maybe some of your insights in terms of, where you see the challenges and where CBRE is really, I say, is flourishing and driving and providing leadership in the industry.
Yeah, so ESG is definitely a huge topic for CBRE at the moment. In my role, I look after sustainability and provide consultancy services to our clients, which might be people buying or selling property, looking to lease property, operating and managing property, or even designing property. And I think most of our projects now do have some element of ESG. We're really seeing it being driven by occupiers or tenants who want to inhabit sustainable spaces. And we're also seeing a huge increase in interest from investors, particularly from Europe, who really want to make sure that the buildings they're buying do have ESG credentials.
So is the leadership then now coming through pressure from investors? Or are people stepping up and the conversations you're having with those, I suppose, investors and building owners and service providers, which are the ones that are driving sustainability? Is it really just the investors saying, we want this as part of a tick box now for investment?
I think we're getting a bit of a perfect storm at the moment where there's definitely pressure from investors. We're also seeing a huge increase in the legislation around sustainability and climate change from the Irish government and the EU government, and also from occupiers as well. So there's definitely huge opportunities. Lots of Irish builders or property owners already are doing sustainability, but it's kind of more a question of highlighting their leadership, having plans or strategies or even targets around what they are already doing and being able to speak about it in a coherent way. So I think there's lots of bits of leadership being shown, but it's telling the story about how a building or an organization can be sustainable and making sure that message gets to the people who want to hear it.
Okay, so from that point of view, the direction is coming. There is support for it, but we're early stage at this stage in terms of that journey. Do you think the leadership is there from client organizations, or is it service providers? Do the likes of CBRE and the service providers lead the way in this?
Um, I think as a consultant, you're kind of the customer's always right to a certain extent. At CBRE as an organization, we have our own ESG strategy and our science-based targets and commitments to be carbon neutral. We'd always like to meet the client where they are and then gently show them the benefits of being more sustainable.
Okay, so it's really about that collaboration between both
Yeah.
parties and, having the skill set internally to be able to maybe shine the light for them to go on the journey.
And I think that is a bit of a challenge in the Irish market at the moment, is just having the capacity and the time and the skills and the right people to be able to make the big leaps in terms of sustainability that government and investors are asking us to do. Because it takes time to do a good strategy, whether it's a business strategy or an ESG strategy, and just finding the time in an already busy business to get that well engaged and well done and out there in the market can be challenging.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking forward to getting into our panel discussion next week. It's how do we bridge that and transition from where we currently are and bring it to the next phase where we're actually really implementing, and leadership is crucial to that. So really
Yeah.
looking forward to expanding out in this conversation, and we'll see you on the other side in the webinar on the 1st of February. Thanks,
Okay.
Rachel. We'll talk to you
Thanks a
soon.
lot.